Hi guys, it's Jade here. How's it going? Welcome back to Fanservice Friday. Today we're going to be continuing with Time Tenshi. Last time we had a face-off with Tech, and apparently when you die in the time window, your clothes disappear first, then you. God, I wish I could have seen that. Not a pervert. Anyway, then after that we had a bit of a conversation with Michelle. Told us not to take advantage of the girls, and Kyo wanted to go with us to take her shopping, and apparently she's going in her nightie. For whatever reason. So let's just continue with where we left off. Kyo and I walked the streets, making our way towards town. I tried to make small talk on the way there. So, Kyo, shouldn't we stay at the lab and help out or something? She rolled her eyes and laughed again. Gosh, Kenji, chill. As much as I'm aware that the lab is super important, they have my cell number and can call any time. We need to get out of the lab once in a while and relax, have fun, and enjoy the fresh air. Plus, I kinda just wanted to talk. It's nice to be able to get to know someone new after being in that lab all the time. I thought you just said, well, between the three of us girls, I'd say I'm the most active. I get out, go to local parties and stuff. I try to have a bit of fun outside the whole time window business that I have to do in the meantime. It's refreshing. Michelle, I don't know if she ever leaves the lab. Most of the time I get Rose to tag along with me and we have some fun. Michelle never joins us though. Says it's just kid stuff and she has work to do. Is Michelle really that uptight? I wouldn't call her uptight. She just has a lot of stuff on her mind. She maintains the time window like it's her firstborn child. Well, when you kind of discover time travel, you try to, and it's basically part of you. It's basically your creation. You kind of want to protect it with all your might. Especially from a terrorist organization who's trying to rewrite time to fit their own. You get the point. Man, so my grandfather, his plans were really taken over by her, weren't they? I have to say, Tensai just really wanted to make something. He wanted to make that push. I'm sure you've heard that already a million times. Though, she wanted to do more. She took a much greater interest in the time window than Tensai after a while. She really wanted to push it to its limits, and most of the things we can do, like those fancy weapons and outfits, were a result of her research. She's always looking out for us, even if she does seem stern and controlling, and quite a bit terrifying, and a little suspicious considering what Rose said, or was it Kyo? Like, she's talking to herself all the time. I'm still suspecting that she's working with Tech, and that's how they got the plans for the time machine. I nodded and went silent, letting us walk together as we stepped into the small suburb. Eventually we got to the store. Oh! I've seen enough fan service anime to know where this is going. I missed the title of it. Before I knew it, I was surrounded by women's lingerie. What? See? Told you where it was going. Shh, Kenji, calm down. Look, I was dumb yesterday and left my bra on when I went through the time window, so I wanted to get a new one. Does that happen often? More often than I'm willing to admit. Perv. Oh great, even Kyo thinks he's a perv. Oh, no, I didn't mean... Shut up and help me look! She took my hand and giggled playfully, pulling me deeper into the racks of clothing. I was slowly realizing how risque her current outfit was and wondering how she was okay wearing it even in public. I thought it was just an around the lab outfit, sort of, but apparently not. Yes, apparently not. That big thing is almost basically see-through. She held up a lacy black bra and held it to her chest. How's this look to you, Kenji? Good. Looks nice. Amazing response, Kenji. Glad I brought you with me. She responded sarcastically, rolling her eyes but still smiling as she returned the bra to the rack and pulled out another. This happened for a while, bra after bra, as she continued looking through them until she found one she really wanted. Like, I'm so. This would if I was in a relationship with a girl who would act like this, go out in outfits like that, I'd probably be a little embarrassed. Not because she's dressing like that, but because I'd be helping her pick up bras, because no matter how you're looking at it, it's still going to be a little awkward. Because you're trying to make it seem like you're not a pervert, but you're also trying to, you also need to show that you're interested in, or to make her feel good, but you have, it's kind of a sort of balance. It's a very touchy subject. Very little gray area that's very hard to hit. Ooh, this one is a front clasp. I should try this one on. I don't have one of these yet. Come on, Kenji. I'll need your opinion. What? Before I could say anything else, I was being dragged into the fitting rooms, disappearing behind one of the doors and fiddling with her outfit. I stood outside awkwardly, shuffling my feet and waiting for her to make a decision. Suddenly, the door flew open to reveal Kyo. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's... Yes, yeah, I'm taking that. Oh my god, that's perfect. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to say this without being a complete perv. It looks nice, a little small too. I mean, basically, it looks like it's just covering up the front. I don't see... What do you think? I feel you, Kenji. This is really cute. Do you really think it's okay to be out in just a bra? And just hurry up and give me your opinion. Does it look nice or what? She held her hands up to them, and I had to try my hardest to keep from having a nosebleed. I'm sorry. This is just fucking funny. Like, this is my type. If this was an anime, this would be my favorite. I'd be watching this over and over and over. I nodded, giving a slow thumbs up. She giggled again and shutting the door and finishing up her business. She's doing this on purpose, isn't she? A little bit, Kenji, yes. I muttered that to myself before the door swung back open. Kyo being fully covered again, much to my relief and dismay. Again, touchy subject. Like, we want to look, but we also don't want to be perverts. She took me by the arm, and we went up to the front counter, paying for the piece of lingerie before escorting me out with a smile. Thanks again for coming with me, Kenji. It's no problem, Kyo. I just kind of wanted to get your mind off stuff, off the lab, off that incident. I can feel things suddenly going very serious, the mood shifting dramatically as she said the word incident. Yeah. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have brought it up. It's fine, Kyo, really. I think I really need to talk about it eventually. I just don't know if I'm ready yet or not. I felt her hand slip around my arm until she took my hand in hers. I looked up and saw her look at me in the eye. Comforting, yet direct. If you ever need someone to talk to, Kenji, I'm here. Okay? I may not have known you long, but we're friends now. That's the way things are when you join up with us, okay? I took her in words before letting out a slight nod. Giving her a smile, she beamed back at me. Good. Now let's go home. She paused and let out a yawn. I'm tired. That's literally me have to be going out for a short time, like I will be exhausted. Nothing to do with physical fatigue or anything, it's just that being it's mentally exhausting. I need to lay down. Well, too bad, we got a mission to take care of. Aw, what now? Come on, Michelle, I just got home. Should have thought of what could happen before you left, Kyo. Now go get ready. Kenji, get up to the front deck. Alright. Kyo, slightly miffed, went back to her room to get ready. Rose was nearby in the lab, already smiling. She stepped over, her outfit more revealing than I was used to on her. So, did you have fun? It was interesting to say the least. Yes. That's an understatement, Kenji. Yeah, Kyo is usually the type that has a bit too much fun when she's out. She get you into any trouble while you were out there? Nah, just shopped and came back. Where are you guys headed? London, just before the plague. We think we have a raiding on Chrome Tech over there, so we're going to investigate. Gotcha. Well, be careful out there then. Thanks, Kenji. But even if it was my way before my time, it's still my neck of the woods. I'm never gonna get used to that maid outfit. She winked and stepped over to the portal, watching it light up as Kyo stepped to the platform, a grumpy look on her face. Cheer up, Kyo. At least you get to have big boobs again for a while. Rose was obviously ribbing her, but I could tell the suggestion was somehow more comforting to Kyo as she softened her composure just a bit. Yeah, that's true. The lights erupted from the center of the machine, signaling that the time window was ready to step through, and the two of them did. I merely watched behind them as they exited, Michelle by my side as she worked the interface. Alright, they should be fine out there. I'll be keeping an eye on them as usual. Feel free to join me on that. Of course. Here we go again. Seriously, you're not used to this by now? Because it's not exactly something I can just get used to, Kyo. My boobs get bigger than my head in less than a minute. It's not the most natural thing to have. Just as she mentioned it, they puffed up like they always did. She wiggled in place, watching as her breasts swayed from side to side, getting larger by the second. Kyo watched as her friend and teammate struggled with her growth and jiggled as her own bust began to push outwards into her clothing. Oh my. Hang on a second, you guys. Okay. Kyo playfully poked them back and forth, alternately with each index finger. Oh man. That sounds like, oh my, foreplay without the sex. Enjoying the pleasing feeling. She looked back at Rose. Do yours feel good when they grow too? Rose said nothing, merely biting her lip and nodding, trying out to block out the feelings. I would, let's just continue. I am very flustered right now. Well, I always am when I'm recording this. Well, moving them around isn't gonna help, silly. Kia walked over to her friend and settled her, grabbing her shoulders. There you go. Know what else doesn't help the feelings? What? Swiftly and suddenly, a wild smile on her face, Kyo moved her hands from Rose's shoulders to her chest, squeezing her boobs tightly to feel them resist and push out into her palms. Rose merely screamed, pulling away from her friend and panting, exasperated from the feeling. Okay, yeah, no. How about you never do that again? It's just too easy with you, Rose. Well, she's kinda uptight. I mean, not as uptight as Michelle, but still a little bit uptight to be a little modest in her patience. And here we are. Gosh, what happened here? Rose stepped over to the building in front of her, seeing the destruction. It had been largely reduced to a pile of white ash, its remaining beams blackened and charred. Might be the work of Chrontech. I'll keep an eye out while you investigate. Good plan. How many times have they gone back through the time window? Quite a few times, but nothing substantial. I think they just barely broken 15 times now. I don't actually keep track. Ah, okay. Even through the time window, I can hear the two of them conversing about what they saw, as well as other things. What kind of people are those two anyway? I mean, they seem normal enough to me. Their boobs didn't get nearly as big as ours, though. I wouldn't say that. They still get pretty huge to me, I think. Not wording it very good right now. I don't know. Mine always feel like a pair of watermelons strapped to my body. Yours aren't that big, Rose. Sheesh. I mean, they could be if you really wanted. No. That's just fine by me, Kyo. So anyway, how do we actually know Chrontech caused this in the first place? That's what we're checking. Michelle figured out the location. She said she didn't detect them in time, so they were able to do some damage, unfortunately, but none that seemed too detrimental to the time stream. Well, that's good to hear then. Do my boobs look okay, by the way? You're asking this now because you were just talking about the size of our enemy's boobs. Why can't I ask about mine? Ugh, fair enough. Yours look good, Kyo. Good. What's good? What's that supposed to mean? I mean, you carry them well, I guess. What do you want me to say about your boobs, Kyo? I mean, I shouldn't be so used to them, but I kinda... What, you like them being that huge? Well, I shouldn't say that, but I mean... Oh, just spit it out, Kyo. Fine. I like being all big and jiggly. Happy? I swear something broke in your brain that one time you got stuck. How can you be okay with this kind of size? I don't know, I just... Oh wait, look at that! Kyo walked over, picking up a piece of rubble nearby. She dusted it off, seeing that it was not rubble but a sharp object of sorts. A shuriken. Why would they leave this behind? One of her exploding shurikens, eh? Oh yeah, I remember those. They're kinda scary, aren't they? They're not the most fun to deal with, but at least we know that they are the cause of this. But the question is, why this building? Michelle leaned down to the intercom, pressing a button before speaking. Alright, you two, I have the answers I need. Come on back. With that, she opened the window back up. A moment later, Rose and Kyo were walking back through it. Wow, that was a short trip. They aren't always long voyages. I usually send them out to get the answers I need. And now I know that Mizuki and Bunny were indeed the cause of that house's destruction. But why? They likely got word that the house belonged to Patient Zero in terms of the plague. But why would they try to stop something like that? Well... Before she could continue, light erupted from the center of the lab. Oh, should I... Nah, stick around. It wasn't that long of a trip, so it shouldn't... Ooh, Kenji's here. Kenji's here. Oh no. Then again, maybe not. Oh hey there, Kenji. How you doing? The tones of their voices were so different from just a moment ago. It's hard to believe that they were the same people. Come on, Kenji. Let's go to my room and hang out. No, let me. Enough, both of you. Michelle quickly separated all three of us, looking at us with a stern face. She looked at me, noticing Kyo's puppy dog eyes and Rose's hand on her hips, glaring back. Ugh, fine, just don't make too much of a mess that I have to clean up, okay? Wait, what? Yay! Kyo happily dragged me out of the lab towards Rose's room. Rose certainly not far behind. I remembered Michelle's words and couldn't help feel my nerves racking up. While nothing too bad could happen, I could only imagine what they had in mind. Suddenly, I was in Kyo's room, with Kyo as well as Rose. Wait, this is Kyo's room? It looks the same. It looks the same as Rose's room. The fencing thing's right there on the side. I'm sorry. I know this is about to turn into something really extreme, but come on. That's kind of a big design font right there. I mean, I don't need to get technical. I mean, this is a good game. It's funny. I love the visual novel style. I love the raunchiness, the fan service, and all that. But come on. Okay, nothing right. Let's continue. They shut the door and locked it, both looking at me with a foggy yet desiring sort of look. I had to admit, I was excited, if not just a bit nervous and anxious about what they had planned. Suddenly, Kyo whipped off her top, leaving her completely exposed. I yelped and turned my head. Oh. Every fanboy's wet dream is right here. I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going. By the time I turned again, I noticed that she was actually wearing a bra, if a very inadequate one. Rose had done the same, and there I was, with two half-naked women, their breasts the size of their heads, if not a bit larger. It's not fun when they go back down. To you, maybe. They're so heavy. My back hurts. You always complain, Rose. You're so not fun sometimes. Kenji, get over here. Before I could get any time to react, Kyo took my hands and thrust them upon her chest. I jumped, feeling my palms sink into their surfaces. They feel nice, don't they? I've never been able to get a good answer from Rose, so I wanted your thoughts. They're nice and soft, right? Yeah, soft, right. Squishy, uh-huh. At this point, controlling myself wasn't exactly easy, but remembering Michelle's death threat helped me keep me grounded. Yet all I could do was stare down the vast canyon of cleavage that wasn't all that far away from me at this point, and how my fingers sunk into their surfaces. Ugh, fine, my turn. Once again, I was taken by the hands, and this time Rose sunk my hands deep between her considerable assets, instead of on top of them like Kyo had. She squeezed them together, the flesh spilling atop her overtaxed clothing. Well, okay, then. Well then, what was I supposed to say right now? These two were essentially drunk women who were shoving my hands into their boobs. What else was exactly was I supposed to do? Enjoy yourself, I think, but make sure, remember just Michelle's death threat, because she's probably gonna shove her fist up your ass so far up your ass that she was gonna turn you into a puppet. After to answer my quandary, the door burst open, Michelle looking in with a harsh gaze as usual. Looking at the scene before her, she sighed and then took me by the shirt collar. Alright, yeah, you're done in here. Say goodnight, girls. Night, Kenji. Night. I should not attempt it. They're still together in there. Yeah, I don't mind if they fool around with each other in there, since they're both in that state of mind. Last thing I need to do is put someone in sober senses in the middle of that. She almost tossed me in my room, but I could tell she was trying to be a bit gentle. You should be thanking me. Okay, why exactly would I be doing that? As much fun as that may have been, their brains could have easily overloaded and they could have started tearing you apart. You're not serious, are you? Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating a bit, but still, seeing those two just throwing themselves on you like that isn't exactly something that I approve of. But I thought you said, yeah, well, I was wrong. One more minute in there and you'd be lucky if there were still clothes on anyone. Alright, thanks a lot, Michelle. You respect them or not? Are you devolving into a sex monger like so many others? No, I mean, I don't know, it just seemed like... Keep your wits, keep it in your pants, and most of all, keep an eye out, alright? It's bedtime. Get some rest. She seemed to dismiss any of my questions, leaving me more confused than before. What does she want from me? Yeah, she's very confusing, going back and forth with that stuff. Like, right then she wanted you to go in there with them, then all of a sudden pulls you out and reminds you you're not supposed to do that because... But I agree, you shouldn't essentially they are drunk, and at that point if you were to do anything with them, you basically be taking advantage of them, so I can understand where Michelle's coming from. But, like I said, it's a touchy subject. I wasn't actually going to do anything further than I was already doing, but if what she said was true, then... I may be respecting their personal space and all, but if it fun was nice to have once in a while. Did it make me a hypocrite? Or just a standard male both male wants? And that's the million-dollar question. Are men who claim to be respecting women hypocrites for doing that stuff with them? Or are they just the common type of male that no woman wants to be with because all they think about is sex? I know this is supposed to be just fan service and all that shit. It's kind of it's making me think a lot. And I love to think. In this day and age, it was hard to tell what the right thing to do was anymore. If you want to do what I just did, you're sick, disgusting trash. You respect a woman and treat her well, you're bad-mouthed and treated like a complete sapper wuss. Exactly. It was frustrating, and I didn't want to think about it. Maybe I'll do a video on this type of subject later. After about an hour of lying in my bed alone, mulling over the thoughts, I heard my door creak open. I looked behind me, seeing Kyo in her normal outfit, her chest still swollen. She was smiling. Oh, hey Kyo, how are you feeling? Fine. Sorry about before. We didn't mean to scare you or anything. Oh, no, it's fine. You didn't... It was just a lot at once. Yeah, they're pretty huge, aren't they? I mean, that wasn't what I was referring to, but yeah, they're pretty huge. Thanks. She swung them around proudly, looking back up at me, walking into my room and closing the door softly. Okay, this is getting a little too much for me. Don't judge me. Before I knew it, she had again removed her dress and was sitting at the foot of my bed, leaning forward so her cleavage spilled outwards in front of me. Wanna know a secret? And this is the real Kyo talking, not the one that was here before, I promise. Sure. Oh, 1 second, you guys. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, I kind of like them this big. Really? How is that? I don't know. I know most women would hate to have them this huge because they get in the way and they're heavy and they get you all the wrong attention, and I don't know. I just don't mind them all that much. They make me feel like I stand out for once. We sat there in silence for a bit. Stand out? What? So before them, you never... Not really. I was the wallflower type back in high school and college. People passed by without a second thought. I kept to myself, so that didn't help. But with these, she pointed at extraordinarily sized gifts. They made me feel like I could stand out. Heck, even when they were back at their old size, I felt so much more confident than I usually did. And well, I wouldn't mind if... She stopped mid-thought, looking behind her at the door. I should go before I get you in trouble with Michelle. Thank you for hearing me out, Kenji. Of course, Kyo, if you ever need to talk, I'm here. With that, she smiled, getting off my bed, before slipping back into her dress, stepping out of the door, slowly closing the door behind her on the way out. I lay back, smiling, satisfied with how the day had went, and yet thoughts still pried in my head. As I calmed down, my mind couldn't help but drift to the events of only a few days before. I tried to toss them away as I drifted off to sleep. I was just standing there. I was just watching as the whole place burned. I felt so useless, watching my home burn to the ground. I felt the heat whipping onto my face from the scene that seemed so close by. I couldn't move my feet. They felt like lead, but I swore I could hear the panic cries of my family from within the smoldering wreck of my old shelter. These memories seared and burned inside me until I woke in the middle of the night. Thirsty, I need to go up to the cafeteria. Slowly, I made my way up on my bed and onto my feet, giving myself a few seconds to register my consciousness. Then I began stepping out into the hallway and towards the kitchen. Even during the evening, the labs had dim lights across its hallways, just in case. I trailed along the hall and made it into the kitchen. Ah, better. I set the glass in the sink, not wanting to make too much noise this late at night. I looked over at the microwave's clock and noticed it's glowing a neon 59. I ran my head over my face and made my way back to my room. I kept thinking about what Kyo said. Maybe I should consider talking to her. It might help get a few things off my... Huh? I whispered to myself as I passed the main lab doors. I peeked nearby. The doors were left slightly open. Through the crack I couldn't make out much, aside from one of the screens from the machine still flickering with light. I could barely make out the image displayed. A silhouette of some sort, but what? Just like that, it went out. I suddenly backed away from the door in shock, fearing that who was inside may be upset that I was spying on whatever they were doing. I dashed to the end of the hall and took a turn, but not before turning my back to the wall and leaning my head around the corner. The light down the hall, while sufficient for seeing things, was still very dim, and some things were hard to make out. As the lab door swung open, I could see a figure of sorts step out. Oh, come on, you know who that... Oh my god! Who it was, I couldn't tell, but it was definitely female in stature. Long hair, fit, and voluptuous. Which woman was it? If I had to guess, I'd say it looked like... Just as I got lost in my thoughts, the figure turned towards me. I pulled my head back and turned into my bedroom, dashing suddenly towards it and slowly closing my door and plunging beneath my covers. Ooh, Michelle saw you, didn't she? Come on, anyone with half a brain could have told who that was. Had she seen me? I hope not. I lay there, expecting someone to walk in, but no one did. Well, that was terrifying. Okay, guys, this is where we're going to stop for now. So, next time on Time Tenshi, we're just going to slowly drift off into sleep and forget that the figure ever saw us. Hopefully Michelle doesn't try to hit us with that cane of hers. So, until then, have a lovely day.